So here's how my parents made and lost millions of dollars and what you can learn from it. So hopefully you don't repeat the same mistakes. And if you don't know about me, I'm Jessica Good, and this is Therapy as a Business, my page where we talk about all things private practice, small businesses, marketing strategy, all that fun stuff. And also in another part of my company, in my clinical practice, I'm a financial therapist. So as we're going through this, I'm going to be pointing out the money scripts that really influenced a lot of these decisions that my parents were making, unfortunately. So let's set the scene for this. Whenever I was born, my parents were super broke. They were super duper broke, like worried there's another mouth to feed type of broke, right? So they didn't like come from millions and then lose millions and still be okay. It's like this was devastating for them, right? So they were very broke whenever I was first born, but they had a very blue collar type of company. And through my childhood, they worked their butts off, right? So they worked 6, 7 days a week. I actually like grew up in that office. I could answer phones and do billing whenever I was in elementary school. Like that's how often I was there. Like so many of my childhood memories revolve around that little office space that I would be in all the time. And yeah, eventually, by the time that I was in middle school, they were making a lot of money. So it was about 400,000 at the time, but that's just to put it into perspective, that's the buying power of about $700,000 today. And that's not what the company was making. That's just what they were drawing from the company each year. That's like their paycheck, basically. Now, that's quite a shift, right? To go from being very broke to, in about a decade, then being in the status where you are doing very well, likely much different than the vast majority of people that you're around in your community. Some may say that they achieved the American dream. And question I always ask is at what cost? And why was it so important to get to this certain place? So when we're looking at this from a financial therapy perspective, we're looking at money status and money worship here. So money status means that I am better because I am making more money. Right? People want to achieve the American dream. They want to achieve a certain status because they believe that that is associated with more worth, like inherent worth of them as a person. And that was true, especially for my dad. So there was that, right? He wanted to feel good and important and, powerful and everything in his community. The other thing being money worship. And that's the idea that if we have more money, things will be better. And to a certain extent, because we live in a capitalist society, it is true that money buys us stability. It can buy us comfort. It can buy us contentment. Happiness, right? It depends. It can't fulfill everything, but it can help us get there, right? It can reduce stress. And so my parents, they were really thinking like the more money they can accumulate, the better it's going to be. This is getting really long, so I have to go to a part 2.